Hi Gemini, and welcome to your reading for February 2019. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. I just encourage you to take what you like and leave the rest. If it doesn't quite work for you, that's totally fine. Maybe come back in a month or check out your moon or rising sign or any of the other awesome readers on YouTube. So today I'm using two different decks of cards. I'll leave the details of those below after the reading. The first deck, excuse me, of which I use, of which you see the most cards there, is from the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck. And then I also use a set of cards called the Dreamtime Reading Cards. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system, and I use that deck more as sort of like oracle cards, and I use them in these readings as to give an overall theme card. Overall theme card for the month, and that's that single card that you see down there. And I'll be reading about that a bit later on. So, 5 cards representing the first card representing the past issues that you may have been dealing with, past energies. The card that came through for you guys in the month of February is the Lovers card. Moving now into the present and the month of February, what current issues and situations for Geminis. You have the Five of Wands card. Following that, any possible obstacles that may come up in the month of February for the twins. Two of Wands card. Possible helpful tools, things that may be of use in this month for Gemini. The Six of Swords card. And finally, the outcome card for the month of February for Gemini, the Ace of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful. And that overall theme card for this month, you guys got a card called Green Tree Frog, and that represents health. And yeah, I'll be talking about that a bit later. So, what does all this mean? You're like the third, this is like the 5th reading I've done for the month of February, and you're like the third sign that has pulled the Lovers card. I just think that's so perfect and apt because, of course, Valentine's Day is this month. If you believe in that kind of stuff or not, I just think it's really sweet coincidence coming through from the universe there. So, the Lovers card in the past position for you guys. So, what is this card about? Obviously, it is about love, relationships, connection, attraction, marriage, a mature relationship, harmony, compatibility. Can also be about choices and needing to make a choice. The Lovers card is the card of Gemini, which is you guys, and of course that's the twins, and masculine, feminine, Adam and Eve, being at a bit of a crossroad potentially, needing to make a bit of a choice, needing to follow one's heart to make a choice. This card is also about a blessing from the divine, good fortune and positive changes. Yeah, so this is a card essentially of relationships, and something or someone that we love, being sort of, in alignment, ideally, with the values of ourself and with someone else. But also, like I said, a card of perhaps needing to come to a decision about something, make a choice. Maybe you've been vacillating from one thing or to the other and not sure quite where to go. This is a card though of commitment, of attachment. So I'm wondering if in the past there has been an issue around a relationship that you may be in, whether that's a intimate relationship or a relationship with some other significant person in your life, and it's excuse me, it's in a good place, I would say, overall, but maybe there was a decision that had to be made around that, or some sort of sacrifice that you had to make for a gain, having to tune into one's heart to make a choice in some area of your life, whether that's a relationship or not. But really, this is like saying there's some positive relationships that have been harmonious connections in your life, I would say, in the past. I know that's very broad and very general, but that's just setting the tone, I would say, for the month of February, and it's obviously connected somehow to the rest of the reading and the rest of February. So moving into February and the current issue, current situation, for February, for some Geminis. You guys have the Five of Wands card. So this is a bit of a funky card in that it's a card of sort of tension, of competition, of disagreements, conflict. There's too many choices, you know, so maybe there was a choice that you were trying to come to with the Lovers card and you did actually go down one path, shall we say. This card is saying actually in February things get a bit more complex, and there's a degree of not being able to find common ground on an issue with a person or with a group of people. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of like too many cooks in the kitchen. There's a bit of chaos. No one wants to see anyone else's point of view. There's not kind of like real fighting and arguing and real rage and real negative energy. There's just like this kind of mass confusion. No one's working together. No one's seeing each other's like point of view, like I said. Then there's kind of no real purpose to this conflict because you know, ultimately you're all probably working on the same thing, or there's some sort of central core issue, but everyone has different opinions, different experiences, everyone's coming from a different perspective, and somebody needs to bloody come up with a either move into a leadership position and just take the reins there, or there needs to be some sort of organizational effort to come together, like, I don't know, form a committee or a little working group, or actually sit down, brainstorm, problem solve and compromise together. It's a card saying that there's sort of change coming, whether you like it or not, but there just may be sort of scattered energies and perspectives present, but there is a lot of energy. You know, the Wands suit are a card of energy, of passions, of creativity, of inspiration, you know, matters of the soul. So whatever this is, where there's sort of some disagreement around, you know, it's obviously a topic that generates a lot of passion and a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, but there's a degree of like wasting time around all these different perspectives. Okay, let's cut the crap. You know, maybe this is a work issue, and there's maybe a lot of politics or bureaucracy. It's very much, I think, a card like that. And instead of people going, you know what, we're all here for the same reason, it's like, it's kind of going, no, it has to be my way or the highway. So this may be coming up this month for you guys, and that could be obviously cause a bit of frustration and a bit of stress. Not too much, it's just more like, god damn it, do we have to deal with this crap again? Can't we all just be friends and work it out together? Following on from that, in the obstacle position for this month, Gemini, you guys have the Two of Wands card. This is another Wands card. So this is a card of kind of looking ahead, generally, you know, decisions, future planning, looking, you know, kind of going, is the grass greener over that side of the fence, and being a bit dissatisfied where you are. It's kind of you know, because it's the two, so there's a bit of decision making, sort of, but it's more like comparing things, not really decision making, but comparing, actually, and that fits quite well with the Five of Wands. I'm just thinking now, so shifting focus from one thing to the other and comparing different things, and there's an energy of kind of restlessness and boredom with this card, and hence seeking greener pastures and looking ahead, and thinking, you know, do I go out on my own with something? Do I stay here in this kind of codependent relationship? Potentially sort of codependent process going on, which it kind of looks like that's happening in the Five of Wands. It's a card of feeling a bit distracted when you kind of have stuff you need to do, but instead you're kind of like daydreaming and looking out into the future and, oh, it looks better over there, you know, kind of thing. But I've needed to put in some hard work, because you can see there's a bit of a long road ahead in whatever this is, and you need to take some time to prepare for that, to plan. It's kind of the calm before, not before the storm, but calm before heading off on that path if you do choose to, I don't know, go to some greener pastures. But you need to be organised, I think, and attend to your responsibilities. Being the number 2, there's sort of the notion of duality in this card, and that requires obviously balance, not balance as opposed to conflict. Conflict, of course, you've got the 5 going on there. You have a choice. There's some choice you're thinking of making about a direction of your life, and you're pondering that, and you need to sort of, I guess, come to a conclusion and take action. So anyway, this is in the position of obstacles. So are you looking too much at the grass is always greener? Are you having that, that approach to things instead of going, the grass is always greener where you water it? Just because something looks pretty and shiny and calmer and more brighter over there doesn't mean that it is. We never know how things are going to pan out, and sometimes I guess we have a tendency to want to sort of just cut the ties and run because whatever's kind of going on now, and we can see that there is some conflict and disagreements and kind of bullshit going on somewhere in your life amongst a group of people, most likely. Could be internally, but I think this is probably externally in some relationships that you're involved in, whether that's work or personal, family, and the obstacle is sort of wanting to sort of just jump right ahead to the future and not sort of perhaps do the work that's involved in needing to sort out this issue. You need to just take some responsibility right now and compare things for sure, but not get too stuck in this indecisive space, because you're just going to keep getting pulled back into I think some of the dramas that maybe come out with the 5 of Wands. Moving on then to possible helpful tools this month, and interestingly you guys have the 6 of Swords card. This is a card of kind of moving away from troubles, from having to reluctantly sort of pack up your stuff, pack up your most precious things, get into the boat and sail away, going from sort of rougher waters to calmer waters. It's a card of a journey and a transition that you kind of have to endure, whether you want to or not, to find balance again, particularly inner balance. It's a Swords card, and it is saying that potentially thoughts and ideas in your head may be getting in the way of some of our emotions. But then again, our thoughts help us ideally not drown in our emotions as well. It's a card though saying that you are heading to calmer waters, heading in the right direction, and there may be a need for a break, a little holiday of some sort of, I guess, needing to sort of recover, I think, from and needing to walk away from whatever the drama has been. And there definitely looks like there has been a bit of drama. It is a card though of ultimately I think of success, in that moving away from troubles and dramas into more calmer times, coming through a difficult time, succeeding over that, succeeding over anxieties, moving away, so physically moving or emotionally moving away with something, and having support to do that, starting over, potentially new, something new, whether you wanted to or not, but being less burdened by that. So I think in the helpful tools, if there is an opportunity, see, this is now really interesting as I talk through this, because I'm like, there was some good stuff going on in the past. Now though, there is some conflict and disagreement. You're trying to figure out what to do. 2 of Wands, this choice, duality, looking ahead, card, trying to plan ahead, trying to make decisions and stuff like that, because you're kind of bored and restless and going, I'm so pissed off and dissatisfied with all this crap, not being too sure what to do, and you kind of want to go to those greener pastures. And then you have the 6 of Swords card which is saying potentially you can move away from that and get through these difficult times. You know, if somebody comes along to help you, I think this card is encouraging you to accept that help. Even if you're kind of like a bit regretful about this rite of passage that you may need to take, it's saying take it. Ultimately, it probably will be a good thing. Things may not be perfect, but you're heading in the right direction. So I think it's saying have faith, you are on the right path, whatever the decision is that you come to, or the conclusion or the resolution, and whether you actually need to have a physical break to get to that place of like making a choice or sorting something out. You will make the right decision for yourself. You will succeed and get through these difficult times. And I think the validation of that is that final card there, the outcome card for this month, the Ace of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful card. Aces, brand new things, the start of something new, gifts from the divine, the ace, you know, aces coming from the heavens. And this is something new in something new in an emotional in the emotional realm, you know, cups representing emotions, feelings, relationships. So here we are, you know, that there is something new coming in, you know, so maybe there is this almost this process of like final kind of fight and conflict and drama that at some point you let go of this month. You make a decision whether to stay and work it out or to walk away. But as a result of coming through that conflict, something new and really wonderful comes in, something potentially new love, new relationship, really beautiful positive energies, new joy, contentment. You know, it's a card of love and fertility, of feeling overflowing, you know, overflowing positive emotions, joy and happiness, creative new beginnings, feeling full, like full to the brim with love and abundance and joy and fulfillment, feeling lucky in love, you know, a lot of compassion and emotional overflowing emotions kind of thing with the Ace of Cups. So what a beautiful conclusion to a bit of a tumultuous month. So really take heart in that, you know, literally take that in your heart, that something new and wonderful is coming in, even though perhaps the first 3 or so weeks of the month of February you're like, oh my God, I'm so bogged down in all this crap and all this politics around me, or conflict or dramas, you know, this kind of teenage bickering kind of going on. You make the right decision. I think this with the Ace of Cups saying, hello, something beautiful, new and loving is coming into your life. Wonderful. And on that note, I'm now going to read from this booklet, the Dreamtime Reading Cards, Connecting with the Ancient Spirit and Nature of Australia. And I'm going to read about that overall theme card. And for you guys, that was Green Tree Frog representing health. What does this say? So the green tree frog can only survive where the air and environment are healthy. Are you in a toxic environment, Gemini? This is what I'm thinking. Anyway, so its presence is a good sign that the area you are living in is fresh and clear of environmental toxins and pollution. The green tree frog represents your own health and that of your immediate environment. It is a gentle reminder to be conscious of your own waste and how you are caring for yourself and the environment around you. Like the tree frog, you cannot survive where there are pollution and toxins. Maybe you've some health issues and are now trying to find your way back to previous energy levels and motivation, or you may need to detox or cleanse yourself and your environment. Sometimes the toxins and pollutions are in the form of toxic relationships or thought patterns. I think that really rings true for this reading. So things you can do when the tree frog visits are clear your home and environment of negativity. Drink lots of fresh water, eat whole foods, laugh out loud, and make sure you take the time to walk in the rain or go for a refreshing swim. If you take the time to care for yourself and cleanse your environment regularly, then you can be assured you are living a healthy and connected, conscious life. Gee, you know, this really, in terms of the reading that I've just gone through with you guys, Gemini, there is some toxic shit somewhere in your life that's really coming to a head this month, and I think you ultimately make a decision, or the universe is encouraging you to make a good decision to take care of yourself, your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, to walk away from that crap, cleanse it out of your life, and boy, when you do that, something incredible comes in its place. Beautiful, beautiful reading. So Gemini, thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm really grateful that you've given it some time and attention. If it's resonated with you, you know what to do to share the love, show the love. I hope you have a wonderful February, and hopefully I'll see you all back in March.